What I'm going to be presenting to you today is my Boomerang Day Trader software, which will blow your mind. You'll really like it. The Boomerang Day Trader for the last 5 years has been the top or in the top 2 or 3 day trading softwares that sell on NinjaTrader. We work exclusively with NinjaTrader, where I design the program. You can see NinjaTrader up here, and the Kinetic is their data service. And we've been one of the top selling software, and the reason is simple. It really, really works. I know there's a lot of things out there, but you can rely on Boomerang Day Trader to hand you winning trades every day. Now, this is my default website you can go to find out all about Boomerang and how it works. We have webinars, a library of video tutorials, short 5-minute video tutorials, and everything you can watch. But everything I'm going to show you today is going to help you understand how Boomerang Day Trader works. So feel free to go to this, remember this site here if you have any questions or you want to learn more about Boomerang Day Trader today. First of all, I'd like to ask you, don't you wish trading was easier? I'm sure all of you would agree. I mean, that one question, don't you wish trading was easier? Do you wish you had a simple, easy-to-follow method that you could go in every day to make steady winning trades? Most of you could answer yes unless you're already doing that. And if you're already doing that, what the heck are you doing on a webinar about trading? The reason that you're here is meaning you're still pursuing these two questions, wishing trading was easier, that you could make it easier, and wishing you had a very simple, easy method to follow that you could make winning trades every day. Well, our motto at Boomerang Day Trader is get Boomerang on your charts today and make money in the markets tomorrow. No complicated, lengthy courses to study, no weeks on end of asking questions to someone that you bought a course from or got involved with regular daily webinars or ongoing weekly webinars and reading material. You buy Boomerang today, you get it on your charts, you do a little research that night, the next day in the market in the morning, you're trading and making winning trades. I can not only say that, I can prove it to you, because you can, after this webinar, I'll give you an opportunity to come into my trading room for a week and watch me trade Boomerang and make winning trades. We had 8 winning trades in a row yesterday and the day before as well. And I think there was a loss in the midst of one of those. Today was a little choppier, so it was a little more difficult to trade. But that's okay. We consider ourselves day traders. So if you're not interested in day trading, then you might want to log out of this webinar today. This is strictly about going in and scalping and day trading the markets, particularly using the ES contract and the NASDAQ. Now, a little history about myself. I developed, as Reed mentioned in the profile, I'm the first and only advisor in the markets, in the history of the entire trading markets, that tells traders exactly where the market's going the next day. Through my newsletter. I have a newsletter called the Daily Directional Forecast, and it's shown here under Mohan's Market Force, the Daily Directional Forecast. In the Daily Directional Forecast, I publish that every day. I crunch numbers 2 to 3 hours a night, and I put out a forecast exactly where the market's going. Now, this is a little bit older, but there was a study done back in 2010 that reviewed 1,159 of my briefings, and it found that they were over 80% accurate on all the calls that I made every day. Well, nowadays, I've revised that to include making exact numbers. In other words, the market is bearish, neutral, for example. Go ahead on an early rise to such and such a price, go short at that price. Now, over that period of time, since I started doing this, even though the newsletter's been around for quite some time, I just started doing this recently. Most of the traders have been using my newsletter as a bias reading to discover where the market's going that day and which bias side to stay on. This is a blog here about a guest pass we offer to our trading room. I'm going to give you a free 1-week guest pass if you would like to have that. Later I'll talk to you about that. But normally $49, you can have a whole month guest pass. My room usually runs $249 a month. But the point is, since May 27th, the signals that I've been giving are up over 1,014%. Crystal clear, easy to follow, documented trade setups that I do every day. And you can subscribe to the newsletter if you want and follow those directly. You can come in my room and I can review those with you live. It's up to you. But we've had a tremendous response. We also trade the E-mini NASDAQ every day, and that's what I'm going to show you now. So I did want to show you a little history about the daily directional forecast. Another thing here, let me bring that up, and then I'll move into the Boomerang Day Trader so you can see that's what this webinar today is about, Boomerang Day Trader. Here's the daily directional forecast archives. You can see here I'm clicking on that. I like to, whenever I say anything, I like to establish trust with people and everything, because let's face it, this industry, there's a lot of fabrication of things. I'll just be frank about it. But I just want to show you, here's me going to work every day and telling every one of these I click on tells traders exactly where the market's going next day, and I produce these briefings 8 to 12 hours before the market opens. So I'm just showing you every one of these links shows 2014 an exact crystal clear call on the market direction for the day. If I go to the bottom, you can see here's 2013, 2012, 11 going all the way back to 2002. If I click on 2005, for example, which seems like a million years ago, which it kind of was, here again, every single day in 2002, unless those times where I find some tropical island to go hang out on for a short period of time and refresh my batteries, there's a briefing where the previous night I crunched 2 to 3 hours of data and came up with an exact crystal clear call. So the first lesson for today is just show up for work every day. If you're a trader and you're trying to learn how to trade, just show up for work every day and you're on your way. That's the first lesson. If you can just start to trade and learn by showing up to work every day. If you show up with me every day in my day traders action room, that'll be a very good start for you. So anyway, with that in mind, and I'll get back to this later, show you our special free offer for you today. This is Boomerang Day Trader. Now again, if you're not a day trader interested in day trading the futures markets, which is what I do, specialist in the NASDAQ, mini NASDAQ, and the ES, or you can also use Boomerang for high volume stocks or ETFs. Any of the active contracts like gold, crude oil, German DAX, any of those, Boomerang works beautifully on. But today I'm going to use the example of the mini NASDAQ. Oh, what a beauty this is. Mini NASDAQ. Sometimes it leads the market. Today it was lagging the market. But when it rolls, it rolls. ES may sometimes sit on a price for a while and everything, but while that ES is sitting there, mini NASDAQ is moving around and giving you some nice trades. Here's a trade that happened. I'll just go over this one and we'll go over today's as well. First of all, let me ask you this. Not only would you like to know where the market's going today, and you wish you had a simple and easy method to follow that would give you winning trades right away. You have to study for a week or two in a course. You can own Boomerang today and start making money tomorrow. Boomerang does all the work for you. We're blue-collar workers. We go in there, watch for the Boomerang setup, and we knock it. We take the trade, and it works. Now, on Boomerang, we scalp 3-point. For example, on the example I'm going to show you here on the mini NASDAQ, you can see up here, E-mini NASDAQ, current contract, 450 tick chart. We're using a 450 tick chart. Now, remember, I created Boomerang after years and years of live trading with it. Everything I saw was out there, and I just wanted something better. I wanted something that I could use every day. That I invented myself, and NinjaTrader gave me that wonderful opportunity by providing the method or system that they have for building your own system. Boomerang offers to do all the work for you and tell you when the market is going to surge in one direction of any system, any indicator, anything out there. And trust me, I've did thousands of them. And as far as systems and everything, it's been a hobby of mine for the last 10 years. Look at every method, system, every type of trading I can. And I admire anybody who picks out and has the guts to make one single trade in the market. But Boomerang has one feature, which I'll show you in a minute, called the dynamic trend bands, which actually tell you the market's going to make a runner beforehand, well beforehand, plenty of time for you to get in and hold for dinner. It also gives you an exact trade setup through these what are called trade, these shaded areas here. These are trade channels. In the trade channel, you have this small dashed line running up here, which is called this line. When a new trade channel opens, an arrow forms here. When we have this line, this dotted line here known as the Cobra, match color with the first of the dynamic trend bands, you trade on a pullback to the signal line marked after a trade channel opens, which is marked with these blue dots for the buys, yellow dot for the sells. You with me so far? This is simple. Now these extra lines up here are called Bollinger Bands. I use the default Bollinger Bands I like because they tend to sandwich in the market. If I take them out, it even looks more simplified, but I use Bollinger Bands a minute. So generally when we see a new trade channel, we look for the prices to jump up and either touch the band or get very close to it. When the matching dynamic trend band number 1 matches the Cobra, I pull back the signal line, which is marked permanently on this blue dot, and it's alarmed, so you hear it, and all you do is you go over and hit buy or sell. And you can set up brackets. Like here I have 12 ticks and 20 ticks. That's a 3-point gain and a 5-point. And I'll show you in a second how that works. Globex is open, so we can actually put on, won't necessarily be a trade to try to make profit, but just so I can show you how this works. You pull back this signal line, you hold to the stop, and up they go. You can see here they went, if you see my cursor, they went from 25 quarter, 41.25 quarter, see over on the right there, 41.25 quarter, and the high was 34 quarter. 10-point run, 9 handle run on the upside. And we're just looking to scalp 3 points and the next. Well, what happened here is the dynamic trend bands, that is solid line here and this dashed dot line here, crossed. And whenever these cross, you get a surge 80 to 90% of the time in the prices. The next trade occurred when this trade got exhausted up here. We had a new channel open here. The market came back and tapped the Bollinger Band. A pullback to the yellow dot tells you exactly where to get in, nothing vague or mysterious. 28.5 over on the right, you can see was the price, and they came down to 23 for 5 handles. So in between there was 3 handles. You just had 2 winning trades. I'll give you an example. Each NASDAQ point, mini NASDAQ, is worth 3 points, therefore is worth $60. If you had 5 which you can trade in a $3,000 to $5,000 account, a small account, that's $300 trade. Do you get that? 3 points, which is $60. You got 5 contracts. Times 60 is $300. So if you put on 1 trade and you make 3 points on 5 contracts, that's $300. So we just made $600 theoretically, according to this map here, from 820. This is a West Coast chart. Don't mind. Add 3 hours. In the space of approximately, you can see here on the bottom, 880 to approximately 850. So what is that? About 30 minutes, a little less than 30 minutes. 2 trades were made. Followed that with a small account, 5 contracts, you would have had $600. Whoa, the day's just getting started. The fun's just beginning. Don't get too anxious to go to the beach just yet, of course. Here's the next trade. The trade, it gets exhausted, and Boomerang tells you what. A new trade channel opens up right here, and it's signaled, so you hear the signal go. Caution, new trade channel opening up on the buy side. The dynamic trend band color. The Cobra is green, so these are matching, so what do? Little quiz for you. right. You buy a pullback to the signal line, which is marked blue dot here, which will send off an alarm, and there's 6 types of sounds you can use. Pick your favorite. And the price was 41.31 quarter. You see that on the far right? The mark ran up to 36 half. So from 31.50, 36 quarter. There was certainly 3 points in there. So now, within this of less than an hour, you've had 3 winning trades. If you had 5 contracts, up $1,500 just off these 3 trades. You see why I call us blue-collar workers? That's right. We got an assignment that Boomerang gives us. We go in and follow. The assignment is here, new trade channel opening. Your assignment is to buy a pullback to the signal line when the first or second candle tap the Bollinger Band. They pull back. When the assignment is all I want you to take, that's your assignment. Yeah, I know it ran a few rounds. Oh, that doesn't matter. Your assignment was to take 3 points and make $300. Follow the assignment. You did what the boss tell you, who is the market. And now you've got $1,500 in your pocket. $100, I'm sorry. And you're waiting for the next trade because we've only traded for an hour here. So that's how Boomerang works. It's pretty amazing. I can show you endless supply of trades, and it prepares another one. Pull back to the signal line, 41, comes down to 36, 3 points. Trade channel, this one just screamed higher, but while the trade channel opened, there were matching dynamic trend band and Cobra. You could have bought this immediately here as they screamed higher. Here's another trader. Trade channel opens to the downside, pull back to the signal line, down they go for 3 points. Trade channel opens here, matching colors, pull line, another 3 points. Radical choppy market period, nothing to do. Why? Nothing's color matched up here. You see that? Red, blue, red, green, red. We're waiting for everything to match. Now this is coming late in the close. We don't trade usually, but I'll show you. Everything matches, right? Cobra, new channel, taps again, pull back to the signal line, 3 more points. Boomerang shows you how to read and stand aside from choppy markets. It's exactly where to trade. And what I'm going to show you right now, I'm going to swish back here, so I have no idea where we are in this chart. There's nothing I've prepared for the or anything. All I want you to do, if you want to try and catch the bigger moves, Boomerang has that program for you. These are the dynamic trend bands here. All I want you to do is keep your eye on these dynamic trend bands, and it's a crossover. You with me? Here's a crossover to the upside, matching everything, but here's the crossover. What happened to the prices? They screamed higher. I have no idea where this is. The date, let's see, was 10:30 ago. We're watching for the dynamic trend bands across. They cross here, but they're still matching. Once this turns red, what happens? They scream lower. There's another crossover. Now, they're already crossed over here, right? There was a radical move lower. They pulled back to the dynamic number 2, and what happened? They're still crossed on the downside. They match here, and what happened? Scream to the downside. Swoosh. Let's try another one. I'm going to show you 10 examples so you see, show you the proof here. Here's the cover. Crossover, lower move. Here's a crossover, slight move side, and then into a choppy phase. They recross here, but immediately they're matching colors again, suggesting further upside. Choppy market. It's part of the life of being a day trader, any kind of trader really. Pull back in, a recross to the upside, and higher they go. See how that works? I mean, every one of them is going to be a little bit different. Now, here's the main key you're watching for is when they match colors. Here's a crossover here. The colors match. Huge move to the downside. continuation after a pullback to the dynamic trend band number 2, another huge move to the downside as the colors match. Now we're getting closed where they cross over. If you were long here, look where the crossover took you all the way up to here, approximately 78 up to 97, approximately 20 handle move there. Let's go to a new day. This is all Globex stuff here. Let's find a brand new 6-day, that which would be 1031. Here's the market. Oh, here's some government amount. The dynamic trend bands cross here. Immediate swoosh to the upside there. Crossover here to the downside, and then a continuation move to the downside. The dynamic trend bands cross right here, fly up to the upside very quickly. They cross over here and they move lower. So you see it's in Boomerang. When the dynamic trend bands cross, you're going to get a move in that direction probably 80% of the time. There's going to be choppy market periods. That's okay. Here's another crossover down. I mean, once you own Boomerang, you can go over 50 charts and you'll see this constantly happen. So what that tells you, when you see this, you get so much confidence in Boomerang. And say you get in this trade, for example. Here comes the trade signal line opening the channel. Bollinger Band, a pullback to the signal line. Notice there's very little pressure on the stop. Works so good when all this is lined up. You're going to get that bias working on that side for you. And you saw, I'm sure I just got short here, and a couple candle, it's pulling over, and all of a sudden you see the crossover. You go, that's it. I'm holding for a bigger move. So you're short at 47.5, and you're going to hold out for a bigger move and let these dynamic trend bands spread out a little bit. And here you are, 39 even, after being up here at 47. You start to see them spread out a little bit. I'm going to get out here, and they cross over on the other side of the dynamic trend band number 1. You say, okay, we're getting close to the bottom. Well, here comes another trade channel opening. Taps the Bollinger Band line, another crossover, and you say, well, I'm going to go for 3 points, but you know what? I cross over the dynamic trend bands. I'm going to hold out longer. I'm long at 43 even until they spread out a little bit up here, and there's 49. So it's a 7-point move. It's beautiful. I do it every day. You can come in the room and see the proof yourself. New channel, pullback signal line, 3 points. No match. Why wouldn't we take this trade? Because below the dynamic trend band number 2 on the general configuration of the trade channel, you don't have a match. Everything's kind of blinking on and off here, the green and red colors. But what happened here? All 3 of the dynamic trend bands in the Cobra match the signal line, and down you go. Choppy period here, mismatched colors. Just calmly wait for a tap in the Bollinger Band up here. New trade channel opens, pullback signal line, and up they go. Boomerang Day Trader is a one-time cost of $11.95. It's been that price for 5 years. I don't gouging trader chart. I've had it the same price for all these years. That's why we're number 1, because it works so well. And I keep the price low, and we offer the free support if you need anything, and we have webinars like one we're doing here, and also I have recorded webinars, full instructions, everything you would need to really learn how to trade with Boomerang every day. You can own Boomerang at night, go over 10, 20 charts like I'm showing you here, and you can go, there's nothing to learn. You don't have to take a course or study any manuals. You learn the rule. New trade channel, tap on the Bollinger Band, pull back a signal line, take 3 points. Just trade NASDAQs to start out. Don't kill yourself. Easy. It's tough business, but with Boomerang it gets a lot easier. A question period pretty soon. So I'll go over questions that you recorded in the little questionnaire here. In fact, I'm going to open up and just going to look them over to make sure we're on the same page here. Some more trades. What happened here? Pre-market crossover, the dynamic trend band with the crossover, so it's a continuation. See the matching colors? Well, once that market opens, you kind of trade channel here. There definitely was a new trade channel here, a pullback signal line, and all the colors screamed higher. What happened to the next trade? Was this a trade? Was this a short trade? Did Boomerang screw up? No. Why? The Cobra's green. Dotted line, that's the Cobra. The Cobra is green. You don't go short against it. You don't go long here again. This channel is already expanded. Just patiently tap on this. Here's a new channel opening up here. Now, often what I do when I really strong expanded move, I don't necessarily wait for a tap on the Bollinger Band, which you can do. See the pullback signal line here. They're just not marked because Boomerang will only mark the first 6 candles. And normally we're going to try to get the first or the second tap on the signal line. But after an extended move, go ahead and take the first change in the Cobra, which is right here. This one or this one, down they come. And what happened right here? Here's the new channel. You're waiting for the Cobra to match. You get short here. What right as you're getting short here? That's right. Cross over the dynamic trend bands. What did I already prove to you? 80 to 90% chance you're going to get a stronger runner on that side. So you got short and you go, I'm not going to take 3 points. I'm going to hold out a little longer. Now you're going to take a beat because their trades move this way and they reflect back. But if you're just patient, use as your trailing stop. Built-in trailing stop using the corsos. And with that crossover, everything matching, they just hammered them to the downside. From your entry, they're around 69 even. It went as low as 54. Huge move. What happened when we got to the bottom? That's right. Cobra and dynamic matched. Tap on the Bollinger Band. Pull back the signal line. If you didn't take this one, you got this 61 ran 65 quarter. There's 3 points in there. Why is this not? Because the dynamic trend bands just crossed and they're matching color. Yeah, the code changed, but the dynamic trend band number 1 didn't change. It's still blue. So you just wait. This trade happened. As soon as that new buy channel opened up, they screamed higher. Simple rule, and these are called what I call fat channels. See, it's like if you turn your head to the left, it's like someone exercised and drank too many beers. It's a fat channel. He's got a little beer belly. Here's one here too. Not take trades at the top of the fat channels or at the bottoms if they're one on the downside. You just have to miss this one. Ran up too fast. No problem. Wait for the next trade. Well, when's that? Prices cross under the dynamic trend band, number 2. A new trade sell channels. The Cobra, they touch here. The Cobra matches. Dynamic trend band number 2 match. Trade at the signal line, 65, and down they go to 60 even. There's 3 points. Now, some people hide from choppy market. Love them. I don't mind them at all. I avoid them. I love them because I avoid them. If you go in and try to fight and argue and battle and arm wrestle, you're going to get cut up, no doubt. But look what Boomerang says. Whenever you get a candle, a spike candle of 3 points or more, or 68 quarter, see that 65 quarter, 3-point spike candle, first immediate warning is stand aside. Caution, choppy whipsaw market, stand aside. Here's another one here. Here's another one here. So all this is telling me, Mohan, relax, don't do this. I tell people in the room, we're in the room, and we're narrating just like we're doing now. Every day I'm in there. Choppy market, Boomerang rule, avoid the whipsaw candles. We just don't sit here and think, I got to trade, I got to trade. Now, even theoretically, you could have got short here and made points, but it's whipsaw. We just wait. Then they whipsaw them up on the top. Well, new trade open, they tap the Bollinger Band, pull back signal line. Even in the midst of the whipsaw, you ended up with a 3-point. You had to be lightning fast, but that's futures trading. That's why we're doing that. We like the speed. We hate boring trades. Now, recently, remember all this volatile 2 weeks ago or so. It was insane volatility. Remember that? Up 300, down 250. I had on 2 days. It was amazing. And those in the room, if you're on, you remember, we had trades filling on Boomerang. The record, I'd never seen this before, 16 seconds. Enter the trade, boom, seconds later filled. We had trades filling in 45 seconds. This record was around 32 seconds. And then that one was 16 seconds. We had 6 of them. It was, I mean, you get kind of goofy when that happens, you know what I mean? Smoke. You get, your mind and your nervous system gets conditioned to it being that easy. Boom, I sell, clunk, 10 seconds, 15 seconds later, filled. Anyway, I kept telling me, calm down here, let's take a break, because 6 winners in a row filling in 45 seconds or less. It makes you just like, wow. Then you have to remind yourself, no, most of these Boomerang are going to take 5 to 10 to maybe 20 minutes to pan out. So we got back. Well, now we're back. Now the market's kind of choppy and a little bit because, you know, the recent elections. Traditionally right now, in fact, since the 1950s, every year that we had a midterm election, which we just had, has been bullish and up to 17 gain in the markets. Every single one of these midterm elections between the months of November up to June, 17% return average in the markets. The message I'm telling you is don't get too bearish over the next 6 months or so. We're going to have pullbacks and stuff. Those are the stats. Now listen to this. When there was a midterm election and the Republicans took over the Congress and the Senate, which they just did, market became more bullish, or it was more bullish, more fluid on that bullish side. You see what So just a little message. Those are the stats from my research. They're facts. So just be careful. If you, I get bearish too, but I always, today was a classic example. I'll show you that in a minute, and then we'll roll into the Q&As because I want to cover those. And we'll have some more webinars you can attend, live webinar you can attend, and can talk more about this stuff. But my recommendation is spend the $1,200, get Boomerang, our motto, get charts tonight, and start making money tomorrow. If you need money, like buy Boomerang today for $1,200, one-time fee. You're on Ninja, and you can start making these tomorrow. I already showed you all you need to know. Yeah, there's maybe practice. You can run it in simulation for a while and practice and look back over 20 charts. But it's not going to look like what I'm showing you. Anyway, let's go over today, because today was a classic example of, okay, midterm elections, the Republicans won. I'm not in any kind of position here. I'm just telling you the stats of what are factual stats going 1950. Every single year there was a midterm election. The market went up 17% or so between November and June. If this won the Senate, took the majority in the Senate, it was more bullish ever. I don't think anybody's going to do any different than the last guy, really. Maybe a few little things, but irrelevant at this point. Let's go over some more trades. All matching colored dynamic trend band 1 and 2, and the taps the Bollinger Band, pullback signal line. There's your 3 points plus. Looking for the dynamic trend bands cross right here, but they're still matching color on the downside. Let that downside wash a little more. New arrow here, selling or telling us to go long on the next pullback. Tapping the Bollinger Band, pullback signal line, up they go. Because we got the new crossover with the match, big move occurs 80–90% of the time. Only system out there that tells you in advance when you're going to get it. The rest is all guessing and chart work and experience to know when you're going to get a surge. Otherwise, if you don't rank, you won't know if there's going to be a surge or not unless you're really good at and experienced at trading the markets. Here's a new crossover matching dynamic trend bands and everything. A fast trade here. Channel opens. There's a pullback right in the signal line as soon as the channel opens, or you can grab this one here, 3 points. Literally, this one was like one of those 1–2 minute trade fills here. A lot. It's part of the fun of trading with Boomerang, but you get stopped out once in a while too, no doubt. That's the action. Here's a real choppy up header. This is today. And today I became disgusted and left the markets early. I closed my room early. We made a bunch of points, and then we had a couple of stop out. I was just breaking even on the day, and I said, well, then I got my last 5-point gainer on this here, and we took our break. We weren't taking up around 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. I came back. It was now what would be equivalent to about 9:15, and I got all this choppiness. I'm going, what are we doing? What are we doing? I was looking for the market to be able to stay and sell off. We got the Boomerang set up here. Everything matched. They crossed over. We started getting some, and I squeezed out a 3-point trade, but I was sweating because, look, counter red candles and all this. Kind of pissing me off, to be honest with you, a little bit. Pardon my language, but it was. We're traders, like soldiers. You don't go into a village to take over the village on the command of the sergeant and be all, you go, well, gee, let's see what we can get done here. And you got to go in there and be ready for, get blown off possibly. So in trading, same thing. We come in here, we made 3 points. And I said, look, and I said, you know what, gang? I'm expecting this thing to pull back, and it's not. The NAS was virtually flat, up about 0.16. The Dow was hardly up at all. The only thing that was the traction index. You can't call them the trannies anymore because that's what they were called for decades and decades, or they called them the trannies. Well, that's politically incorrect now. So you can't call them a transportation index. You can do what you want, but I'm joking, of course. Don't mind my joke all the time. Keeps me going while I'm trading. All right, so finally in here I said we're closed in the room. It was right time here on the West Coast where I am right now, sometimes in the middle. But now I said we're closed off the room. And I stood back and said, I didn't trade, but I said, what stayed short or stayed in the room? What would have happened? Because I was doing some other stuff. I was getting ready for this webinar, to be honest with you. Look at that. They pulled back and jumped up again. This is this market. I was kind of getting pissed because I was going, what the hell are they going up on? What are they rising on other than that the Republicans won the Senate and it's midterm and all that stuff I just told you? That's really literal. This thing rose today 100% based on what I just told you about this being a really seasonal bullish period. I was looking for this to go pull back lower. They had already run up in here. There was nothing going on the tape, what we call the tape or the high five, and we teach you all that in the room. It's easy to learn. Trading's hard, but it's easy to learn all this stuff, but then you get in, you got to just become a tough soldier. Anyway, they just exploded all the way up in the, no rhyme or reason for it, but that's trading for you. That's what happened. We made a little money and got out. The last 2 days, like I mentioned earlier, we had 8 wins in a row each day using Boomerang. It's not that difficult. Anyway, as far as Ninja is just a piece of cake to use. Here you are here, and get up here. We go, okay, we're going to go short. We can sell them here, and the order fill. Well, okay, it's be based on whoops, the action up here. So what it's doing here, it puts in my order here to go short. I just did a quick short. I think it was a short. Yeah, short. It's red. Bracket in for a 5-point loss and a 3-point gain. Now this is not a trade to try money. I'm just showing you how that works before I go to your questions. And thank you for your questions, by the way. I got about 10 minutes left, and I'll go real fast. So you see that these brackets, that's all you do. We got to that red dot, or if there was one here, this is super trade, so it doesn't matter. Sell them at the market, and now we're just watching for the price to come down here, and it'll take it out automatically. If they start pushing up 2 to 3 points over my entry, I don't wait for that's just my, what do they call it, an airbag, like you have in your car, people get hurt from those and dying by going through your window, right? So you got an airbag up here, 5 points. We try to, just not in our favor, then we're going to exit that trade. No big deal. And all you do there, close. You're out. So we lost $10, one contract on E-mini NASDAQ. It was just a paper big deal. So thank you again for your questions. Let me go over and look at some of the ones you've asked and see if I can knock off a few real quick. Someone's asking for, we don't have any trial. Boomerang is the lowest cost in the industry. Seller on Ninja because it works so well. I just showed you how you could go in and make $900 tomorrow. Don't have any free trials. We, frankly, people who ask for free trials, I get a little reluctant to speak to this. They're not taking me serious. I'm giving you an opportunity to start a trading career with Boomerang with no major training or anything, just very easy. Just come in. If you want to see how it works, you can buy a guest pass to our room for $49 and hang out all month and see how it works. But this, let me tell you something. Let me say something real quick, and this might offend some of you. Don't mind. We're traders, and if you don't handle it, good luck learning how to be a trader. This is a bit. I've had clients that decided I wanted to learn to trade. They've come to my live seminars that I used to do, my system eye to eye, and they've said, what you do, Mohan, in day trading here, I want to learn to do this, but it's difficult than what I do in surgery. In surgery, we've already seen pretty much everything that's happened in a situation, and we know how to react to it. We have teams of people around us, everything. It's a very established protocol. What you guys got is a market that can randomly go anywhere. And I told them I really appreciate that. And I'm not making this up. I've had 3 surgeons tell me virtually the same. Now, if a surgeon calls up somebody for some surgically, we have a free trial. I'm going to go in. I got a couple of operations this week. I'd like a free trial on your surgery because I'm going to go in there and cut this guy open and give it a try and see if I like it. And if I don't, maybe I'll come back and buy some of it from you. It's not the right attitude. You cannot learn trading on cheap. Trading is not something you learn on the cheap. You want to learn what is really true professional equipment and purchase that equipment. Spend some money, get the bullshit, and learn how to trade, because when you get out in the battlefield, you're going to need people like me to help coach you through this, and works. Now, the vital questions, yes, can be used on any active futures market, futures contracts, active stocks, currencies, no problem. And I've never used it on Forex. I've had people tell me they use it on Ninja's Forex and it works, but I've never tested on just a good old-fashioned futures contract trader. Mini ES, stuff like that. I used to trade the 6E a lot over on the all night on the London hour. I don't do that anymore because I'm running this room during the day and helping people learn how to trade during the day. So my point is that you can use it on any contract. 450 ticks is our standard default. I didn't just make that up. You can use whatever you want. Boomerang will really adapt to whatever you want to use, but I went through all of them, the Rankos and handles and the other charting things, and over 450 just kept coming back at me, and I almost didn't want it to be true, but now I'm thrilled. When the market is spiking and telling me when to stand aside, it works beautiful. But that's what we use as our default there. So let me get into some of your other questions. So we're going along here. These are kind of older, I think. You know what? I'm going to go back here and find some recent ones just so we can speed it along because we've got about 10 minutes left here. Now, if you want to see Boomerang in action, you know, I respect that. Email me at mohan@daytradersaction, and I'll give you 1 week and free. Now, hopefully we'll have 5 winning days with, like the last couple days, 8 winning trades, and then you'll join, right? You'll be too amazed to not join. Well, you have a bad day or two in there. Now, when I say bad, I just mean the market's just choppy and it's kind of whatever, and maybe we're not trading a lot or whatever. You never know. We just anyway. So you can someone's asked about the color chart. You can change it whatever you want. Obviously, it's a Ninja Trader, which is one of the most professional charting systems out. You can make it. You can have the Cobra pink polka dots. Anything's changeable. This is just our default Boomerang here. You can change it whatever color you want. Thank you, Dennis. Yeah, it is amazing. It's great. The amazing thing, get on your charts, you go in tomorrow and you make these trades and you go, wow, that wasn't that hard. Remember the first question I asked when we started the webinar, don't you wish trading was easier? Well, that's why this presentation, if you wish trading was easier, you can make it easier by trading. Now, we got some smart aleck here say, why sell it when you can make millions? It's a very amateur question. Sorry, again, I do offend people sometimes. That's the most amateur question I've ever heard. Number one, I have made millions. Number two, how can I help you to make money if I don't offer Boomerang to you? A lot of people who ask these kind of goofy questions, they think if you're a vendor, that means you're not making money off selling yourself. Well, if I was going to do that, I guarantee you right now, Boomerang to be prices what most of these others would charge for it, $5,000 or so, and they'd offer you a course and all this stuff, but you'd pay $5,000, $6,000. I've kept the price the same for 5 years in a row. We've been the #1 selling software. There's a reason for that. For $1,200 one-time price, very low price. So sorry, John, but that's the fact. You're such a good trader. What are you doing in my webinar? So I can ask you that too. You know, if you're an expert, ask me that, then I'll say you're not an expert because you're still searching for a way to be successful. Just giving you a little tough here. Join with me, come into my room, buy Boomerang, and start making some money. Families to feed, we got partying to do, we got our wives need shoes, ladies that are out there trading with us and listening in today, husbands like nice new cologne trade, and he wonders what's she doing in there. I sit and look at the charts. You come out and say, here, honey, I bought you a new bottle of cologne. Oh, get them on your side. And guys, get your wives on your side. Go to Boomerang, make 3 winning trades, and say, honey, we're going to lunch, and name the favorite restaurant. She's going, what? I just bought Boomerang. I made $900 today. We're going to lunch. So anyway, if you want to learn more, if you like what I'm talking about, you like the action here, just go to my blog, boomerangtrader.com, click webinars, and we've got all kinds of stuff here. 2014 trading ideas, core method and rules, 2-hour detailed video on the exact crystal clear core rules. I go over dozens and dozens of trades. But it's the exact same as what I just showed you here. Some shorter fast hits. Just go to my video tutorials, click right here, bias or a BDT library. You click on this, and it brings up a library on Screencast. Over 20 videos you can watch all about Boomerang Day Trader. See there, you just click on it. 5 minutes, quick hits of what I'm talking about, showing trades and period or whatever. All there, just go to boomerangtrader.com and you can see all the action you want there. And we're doing this every day live. It's the same old routine every day. It's blue-collar work. I won't laugh. Glad you're laughing here. Got a couple of LOL. You know, this is hard work. Listen, I'm not military. I respect those guys so much. Dear God, going out there putting their lives on the line to maintain freedom of our country and everything. Let me tell you something. When you got a drill sergeant, you want that guy you want that guy to tell you the truth. You want that guy to tell you what's going to happen when you enter that village that he commands you to take over. You don't want him to sugarcoat it and give you a free trial and tell you, gee, golly shucks, if you could have, would have, should have done this, you might have made money. I train people to say, here's the setup. They just hit the Bollinger Band. We're going to trade the next pullback signal line. No hesitation, no games. Yeah, we might get stopped out, but guess what? We're probably going to win because Boomerang trades, when they're set up right, are 80% effective. We're probably going to win. You got to go in with that attitude. Oops, we got stopped out. Oh, big deal. That's the way it goes. That's part of the game. So I'm looking at your questions here. And like I said, if you want to come in the room and trade with me, if you've been trading with us last week, you'd have been up about over $1,000, and I'm saying you can have a free trial. I normally don't give those out anymore. It's been 8 months since I've given out a free trial, but we do have a full 1-month pass in the room for only $49. Again, it's regularly $249. I work hard for that every day. It's hard work, and it's fun, and sometimes it's tough. Some days you get in a trade, it starts whipsawing in your face, and it can be very difficult. My address is Mohan at Day Traders Action. Let me type that in here. In fact, I know how to do this. Here we go. Type the message here. I think this will work. Oh, I see what to, nope, I know where to do it. I'm going to send it to you already. Someone's asking from it. Here's my personal email, Mohan at daytradersaction.com. Please don't ask for free trials. We don't have any, except for the room. First time in 6 months. If you want a free 1-week trial to my Day Traders Action room where we trade Boomerang, and I also go over those ES trades that have gained 1,000% in the last 4 months. You can just email me at Mohan at Day Traders Action. I'll set you up with a free trial for 1 week. We'll start next week, and we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. You'll love it. You'll get excited. You watch these trades fill, and you go, wow, really does work. It's not hard to do. A very good question here to use multiple time frames. Actually, I didn't want to complicate this presentation, but in the room, I have off screen under the higher time frames of the 5-minute, 13, 30-minute, 60, and 135 that I've built an algorithm system on that I track those higher time frames. Those tell us which bias to stay in the markets. Boomerang does all the work, but I refer to those because I'm just one of these people that I want to know everything about the market. I want to know exactly what's going on. And the reason also I can tell you is I manage a small hedge fund. It's a private hedge fund. It's not available to the public. I've got 3 very wealthy investors, and I manage money on a hedge fund. I trade all kinds of stuff to manage those accounts. Very conservative stuff, but my regular work is trading myself with Boomerang during the day, running those trades. And one thing that we have unique in our room is that we have in-house, a broker from Global Futures is right in our room every day, and when I make trades, he's making those trades and accounts for customers, and he confirms the trades that I make. So when I say, like right here, you know, we're going to get short, right? And I go up here, okay, get ready to go short, and I hit the short, and I go, okay, trading 65 half, and the market's dead right now. 65.75, and then go 65 quarter, 65 half, and then I'll get a message back from him, and he'll say 65 half. And I know that many contracts were filled at 65 half. We then take 65 half, and we take 3 points from that, which would be 62 half, which is right here. I adjust this bracket, and we sit and watch and sweat and wait. And ideally, the market's going to start falling our direction, and I narrate the whole time, tick by tick, candle by candle, until that trade is filled. And then I put up a sign saying, waiting for the next trade. And we take a little breather because trading is high speed, fast paced, a lot of fun, hard work. But, you know, if you can go home and, yeah, the ladies love the shoes. I know. I like new shoes too, but you want to get your wife on your side as your trader is buy Boomerang, make some money, and then tell her, I just joined with Mohan. We are having a blast using Boomerang, and I wanted to take you get some new shoes here over at the Gucci store or Saks Fifth Avenue. Just impress them, you know. It's worth it. You don't have to do it every week, but if you do it that one time, they go, oh, I like you in this trading business. This is great, you know. They start liking me. Everything's in harmony, you see. Get that family harmonized, and it's going to make trading a lot easier. Anyway, I'm getting close to the ending of the seminar here. And I don't see any other questions. You can always feel free to send me any of your questions at the email I just sent out to all of you, Mohan at Day Traders Action. And if you would like to come in my room and rock and roll for a week with me, we'll make some trades, have some fun. And that'll start Monday. Just send me an email. I'll put you on the list. I'll send you the link for a week. And see what you think, you know. I think you'll like Boomerang. I think you'll like the action, and you'll get a kick out of it. It's for day traders. If you like day trading and you like what we've been showing you here, the high-speed action, better close out this trade here. There we go. Don't want to lose on that one. That was just a paper trade. You knew that. You like this kind of action, we go in here and nail these things right when they hit, and we just manage the trades. We don't win them all, but we try to win most of them. So again, I've gone over all the features. We're just now hitting the 1 hour point from when I started. It's been a great time meeting you all and talking to you. Again, trading's a tough business. I try to take the role as friendly as I can of a drill instructor type person. I use that role because 25 years of trading, I just woke up one day and I said, this is not for pansies. This is a tough game. This is when that signal comes in to buy or sell, you got to take it, and that takes a lot of inner guts and courage. And then you got to sit there and hang out and do your work on yourself to get the thing right. So anyway, thanks very much for joining with me today. I'll look forward to hearing from you if you want to email me with any questions you have or anything. And Reed, thanks very much again for your time and for putting on this wonderful investor inspiration. I hope I've been an inspiration to most of you. And if I offended anybody, I sure apologize, but I'm just trying to help you become a winning trader. And that's all I can do, you know. So thanks again, and have a wonderful rest of the evening. I'm the last presenter, I believe, for today. So have a nice rest of the evening off, and we'll see you in the action.